what is innovation? I'm sure that the definition of this can be filled in much bigger than I do, but I think of innovation as the ability to both envision as well as to implement change that creates business value. And oftentimes, one of those segments of either envisioning or the ability to implement or not bringing business value gets left behind. I don't think it's too big of a stretch to put Amazon forward as an exemplar of a very innovative company. Just in supply chain alone, the last 3 years, they've been averaging over 80 patents a year just in supply chain. But the thing I like to point out to people is it doesn't happen by accident. It's a system. It's a playbook of beliefs, mechanisms, approaches to how they make things happen that you can predict there will be more innovation at Amazon. It's not an accident. So let's talk about just a couple of the things that Amazon does that I think you can apply oftentimes in your own work to help make change happen. So everything at Amazon starts with the customer. The first leadership principle, there's 14 leadership principles. This is the first among equals. I would say it's around customer obsession. Leaders start with the customer and work backwards. They work vigorously to earn and keep customer trust. And while they pay attention to competitors, they obsess about customers. They call their innovation process start with the customer and work backwards. We're going to talk a little bit more about this. But one thing I like to stress about this leadership principle is that it puts the onus on everybody in the organization to know thy customer, to be the customer advocate, to lead with a deep understanding of who the customer is. You don't get to pass that on to a chief customer officer or some other advocate. Everybody at Amazon is expected to understand and start the conversation with the voice of the customer. Oftentimes, there's an empty chair brought into a meeting at Amazon just to remind us that the customer isn't there and that it's our job to know them and to bring their point of view forward.